Are you ready to start your engines? Oh, I'm so excited today. Welcome to day 47 of asking Wizards of the Coast for an Aetherdrift Preview Card. And today we're not doing a sound effect video. Yesterday they had a video drop and some information drop about Aetherdrift, and I want to do a quick overview. Just right off the bat, this might be a little bit longer of a video, and we're going to probably do a little bit longer form of a video as well. Video down the road that's going to be more of a us doing like a podcast talk about this, but this one is going to be done because I'm excited about Aetherdrift. I'm hoping that Wizards of the Coast will give us a preview card for that set. We want to be able to go through because the races, the stuff like that is really cool. And we're going to start off with just the real quick things. So we found out what planes that we're going to be on. The first one is Aetherdrift, which used to be the name of Kaladesh. They changed the name of Kaladesh. If you want to know more information about that, you can check out Wizards' website. They talk about why they changed the name from Kaladesh to Aetherdrift. So Aetherdrift is where this race holds. It's the Geopor Grand Prix. It's the second year of it. The second plane is Amonkhet, and the third plane is Moronga, which Moronga we've seen on some stuff, but we haven't actually been there yet, so we're going to be racing through there. Apparently, there's some, I guess they said it's not going to be like a full-on, we're going to know everything about the plane, but we're going to be racing through Moronga. But you got Amonkhet, and then you also have Aetherdrift, which apparently the leadership of Aetherdrift has been overthrown. It's a whole new deal that's there, and they have this racing that's going on and everything that goes on. And they started it because there used to be, if you look at some of the story there and the background, it's not story, it's background. Basically, they were trying to do these underground races and stuff like that to make money and all these different things. And finally, eventually, the right group came over and they realized that you could use this as a big sporting event, draw people in. So they already had one event, and then they had a new event, or they were going to the second one. More people were coming. So this year, you have 10 different teams that are competing. But what's really cool is there's a big event, and then underneath it, there's like lots of small different events, which is cool. It's going to allow some different characters and stuff like that as well. In this video alone, we're not going to talk about all the 10 teams. I may do a whole video that just talks about the different teams because that to me is really, really cool and really neat, the different teams that are there. But it is also exciting to see that we've got 10 different teams. Each team, you know, I don't know how many cars, doesn't really say how many vehicles, how many things like that, what they're all participating in, how the race works. Maybe it's legs of the race. But there are some important ones to note. One of the ones that I am most excited about is the street sharks, basically. There is a team of humanoid sharks. I forget the team name off the top of my head. I looked at it yesterday, forgot the team name, but there's a humanoid sharks that are in here. They're basically like a pirate, like legs, whatever. As soon as I read that, I was like, all street sharks, and I'm hoping Wizards, can you give us a street sharks secret layer? That would be amazing and awesome with some of these cards and or other sharks we've seen in the past, as well as Raz the shark or whatever, do something to street sharks, and all of that. So that is one of the cool teams. Each team has their own thing they're competing for. Aetherdrift and Amonkhet have their own teams. There is a soul team that basically is Winter. Winter is the head of the team, which is really interesting. And what's interesting about it is that they have loot. They have captured loot. And loot is kind of supposed to help them because he has knowledge of the Omen Pass and going to help them try to win the race. So see some shenanigans happening there with that. Winter's winning it so he can try to possibly win his freedom. It's for Valgavoth. He wants to win the Aether Spark. We'll talk about that in a second. We're still talking about teams. Chandra is in this race somewhere. I don't know if she's on one of these teams or she's separate and her own racing thing as well, or she's a part of one of the teams. I didn't see anything in the list or anything. Maybe she's with the team from Aetherdrift, since I believe Chandra's home plane was Kaladesh, Aetherdrift. We'll have to see. I don't know exactly what team she's on, but that's pretty cool, pretty neat about it. And then there are several other different teams that are there. So like we've already seen the Duretti, which I assume he'd be on the Goblin team, but maybe he's just a worker. It works for the different vehicles, I don't know. And I'm trying to think of the other teams on the top of my head. There's the team that won, that's like this super cool looking, like they're top notch, super speedsters, kind of like speed racer looking kind of idea. There's a team that is only, is like an animal theme team. So I don't know if they're going to just run animals only, which leads me to believe that this set is vehicle heavy, but I'm wondering if we'll also get mounts again as well. Might be possible to see some mounts in this set because of that team being that they're like basically like animals only, trying to prove that like I guess the animals are super strong, super powerful and all this stuff. Each of these teams are from different planes as well, I believe. So it's really, really cool. The idea behind it, the story behind it is going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to the story. We'll get all that stuff. Starting in January, we start getting information about the story. And then in January is also when all of the, like the middle of January and then 21st, we start getting preview cards and stuff like that. Hopefully we'll be a part of that. Wizards, we're 47 days trying to ask for this one. And so we'll continue doing this. Tomorrow we'll continue back on talking and doing the sound effects. And we're also going to do a long form video that'll probably break it down, different things. And we're going to do a video talking about the different teams as well, while I can look and just talk about them. But here's the cool thing. You know, this says really cool. They're all racing for this year. There's the, it was the Aether Spark, which is like that Planeswalker thing got leaked. It is somebody's Spark. I thought maybe it was own manufactured, but no, it is somebody's Spark. They wouldn't say who. So there was a lot of speculations of whose Spark it is, whose Spark they took and put in this thing. This is an old thing they've had for a while. They just were giving it out. There's a lot of people trying to race to win it. The hand that's on it, I don't know if you see that there's a picture that was out that has this hand on it, and it's like, whose hand is that? Is that Ashiok's hand? Is that, which could be actually Ashiok, maybe. Is it, it looks like a female hand, but it kind of looks bandaged and wrapped up. You know, whose hand, who's trying to steal the Aether Spark. Leaves me to believe that there's going to be some shenanigans had between, and someone, the team that we want to win is not going to end up winning the Aether Spark. It's always how these stories go in these races and stuff like that. Probably, this is my prediction, my thought, we're getting ready to go to Tarkir. You know who I haven't seen, the big bad we haven't seen in a minute, and we need another big bad? Nicol Bolas has been trapped for a minute. So I think he's going to have some agents that are going to be in this race trying to win it for him. And when they win, and who knows, maybe Winter will be the one that turns, and he'll have made a deal with Nicol Bolas somehow while he's in the, to save him from Valgavoth kind of thing. But in the end, Nicol Bolas is going to end up with the Aether Spark and get broken out and lead us right into Tarkir at the very end. We're gonna see Nicol Bolas and Ugin at the very end of this story. That's a prediction. It's a thought, not necessarily going to happen, but there's a prediction there. But this set is pretty cool, pretty exciting. There are going to be there's bundles, but there's also a special bundle that's going to come with like its own special like finish line card. They didn't say much about it, but you can just read a little bit about it. It doesn't have a lot of details what those cards are. They didn't reveal any new cards, unfortunately, but they did reveal, you know, the dates and some information about the set, and then it's a race, multiplanar, and how it's going to go. And so it leads to believe there's going to be some really cool secret layers, some really cool alternate art cards that can come out of this, and stuff like that. So we will see. There are special guest cards again in this one. There's only 2 commander decks. I did ask if they were going to be making a standard deck set from this set, and they said no, there are no standard precons at the moment. They said at the moment, because they only were making 2 commander decks. Hopefully going forward, they're going to stick to the 2, except for maybe 1 set a year like they used to do. They used to not do commander decks with every set. Then they got it to doing like 2 per set, and then once a year they would do the like big yearly set, which was 4, so maybe Tarkir, the set for Tarkir, or maybe they'll do Spider-Man. Obviously, they'll probably do 4, just because it's a big IP, but we'll see. But yeah, this is a little bit longer of a video, but I'm excited about this set, excited about the opportunity, hopefully to have a preview card to talk more about it. I know that I'm excited. I'm going to do a long form video, a lot longer than this. It'll be probably closer to like a podcast length that I'll upload probably here, but also to YouTube and to the podcast, going in depth, talking about each and every one of the different creatures and characters and stuff like that we see that's going to be in here. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you following the channel, and I want to thank you guys so much. Stay tuned as we keep talking about Aetherdrift. Excited about this set, and I want to thank you guys so much. As always, we'll see you next time.